How's it going, everybody? We are here on the Playtest, and today we're going to be showcasing the Starjammer team, a new Crucible team that looks like they're here to unseat the Illuminati team as kind of the best Crucible unit. Because Immortal X-Men sure as heck didn't do that. Let's start with some offensive journeys here. Let's go ahead and do the Retaliation team. I imagine this is going to just be completely and utter destruction. And then after that, we'll jump into the Mephisto team, and then we'll do the Odin Illuminati team, and then we'll test these guys on the defensive side. How do I like this setup? Good enough. So Groot's going to do his tank stuff, and we have anti-speed bar, we have anti-speed up, we are going to get speed bar ourselves from Howard. This team kind of has the whole shebang. Now, we do have a turn 1 stun or a big nuke. Let's see if we can no-brainer this. I mean, because of the limitations of the playtest, by the way, I am Crimson geared, facing teal gear people. I left my Starjammers at 6 stars, is where I got them. I would have left them at 5 if I could have. But I just want to give a slightly more realistic look. Havoc didn't one-shot the old stat Quicksilver, which it's kind of concerning. I'd say that that's not the best look. We'll do the Howard ultimate here. So that gives the trauma. Howard takes those hits like a champ. Morgan the Fae did get one shot. I'm not sure how, but she's gone. Let's then... Scarlet Witch is super tanky, right? Let's see what Rocket's damage is going to look like here. Oh, wow. His crit was real good there. Some big damage comes in. Oh, all the out-of-turn damage is crazy. All right, so this is kind of what you would expect. This is what you would kind of hope from this team, all right? Let's back out and let's go do the Mephisto team next. I imagine that one's also going to be probably easy because we should be able to get straight to the Mephisto and control him. Though I think only Cosmic Protectors don't have the taunt, right? So I think Gladiator doesn't have taunt, but the Juggernaut still will. Or maybe I'm thinking about a different team. So Juggernaut has taunt. Yeah, so that guy doesn't. This one does. This is stage 3, so I can only use ults. I won't have access to my specials. Juggernaut will lose his stuff, and then if I ult here, it applies ability block. Okay. And trauma, here we go. We're definitely doing it, because I want to make sure I get the kill here. Ult from Rocket, this should hit really hard. Probably shouldn't have done that. Yeah, I should have done it, because now we lost buffs. Okay. Death proofs and stuff. They're all ability blocks, so it's not like they're gonna do. Well, I guess now Gladiator's not gonna do a special either. Ooh, the Groot does call assists in when he does a special now, and it does damage. So get wrecked, get absolutely just demolished. Okay, and then we get our abilities back, and now let's go ahead and back out. Obviously, we can't finish these matches, otherwise testing is over at that point. All right, let's head on over to the Odin Illuminati. This is the big test, though I do think there are other stronger defensive teams that might pop up with these guys coming to the game. Let me look at my ISOs real quick. Striker Howard, Striker Lalandra. Yeah, I guess I'm fine enough with that. This is curious, because I think, like every other team, if Odin gets his battlefield effect off, you're just done. So this would attack primary, put stun and trauma. It also attacks adjacent plus heal block. It applies trauma to both. On Crucible defense, it would go for the controller. So there's that. Or we just go for the nuke on Sasquatch, who spawns with death proofs. That doesn't help us very much. So heal block to Shuri, maybe? So that the Hank can't get heals on her. My team's gonna go super fast. We don't get the speed bar from Howard's passive, but they all have barrier because of Hank's passive. So we should have a lot of turn bar on them. Stunning the Sasquatch feels like a waste. The heal block feels like it'd be good, though. Let's go for the ult. I think maybe I should special there, but we'll go for the ult. Hank passive immediately brings him back, but then he's gone. Oh, this is stage 6. Wait, I can't use ults. Ooh, I might have messed up. I don't know if we have a cleanse along the way. Yeah, I definitely needed a special. I definitely couldn't ult there. Did Howard just one-shot Captain Britain? It's pretty close. Yeah, so we're just not killing the Odin here, and then we just lose. So this was definitely a huge mistake. I think, and I don't think they can fight through the battlefield. Like, they don't have a battlefield effect clear. I mean, taking Captain Britain out means this would be an easy cleanup, but I'm tired of settling for Apex X mode teams that can do really good against the best hybrids, and then you can have them a cleanup. Like, I'm so tired of that being the standard for investing in new teams. We're getting absolutely dumpstered. Oh my god, hold on. With the battlefield effect and no assists, at least, because Groot is still above 40% life, so that's good. Howard is still ability block, so that's not great. Havoc is as well. Battlefield effect is just gonna start ripping people. This is not even remotely close. This could all be because of the misplay on the ult. Okay. He's dead. We have trauma. I'm just gonna back out. We'll try this again. That could be a stage thing. I mean, it's super fair for stages to come in and mess things up, for sure. Getting ability blocks, you can't use any of your abilities, is obviously a big no-no. So, but that also means I'm going to have to mostly rely on specials across the board. Alright, so let's go ahead and do the special. Stun, trauma, does a bunch of damage to the Black Panther Shuri, that's good. Howard can ult, but that's going to put ability block on everybody. So we're not doing that. Well, basic, at least that's going to give us offense up. Alright, so Sasquatch is gone. Now the question is, can we kill Odin? Whoa! Ooh, is Striker Rocket going to be the play? This clears all barrier. It's a rebound chain. So if it rebounds enough, it would, right? Oh, he gives defense down. No, so does Groot go before all of them? He does. But because we pushed the Hank, it put a taunt over here. Well, that's not great. Let's go ahead and this gives immunity. Okay, we'll do immunity. We're going to have to fight through the battlefield effect. Like, we cannot stop. Oh, the out-of-turn damage killed Odin. Okay, okay. And from here, this is easy. Like, this is not complicated at this point. Because we will be able to use ults now and nuke people, and it shouldn't matter. What I really, really dislike about this team so far is Groot is our Dispel, and he goes super last. Like, he's not even like, oh, I am kind of the last character to go. He goes super last. Okay, let's run it back. Let's see if we can get that Odin once again. I want to see if we can get him again. The out-of-turn damage from Howard pings the enemy. Is it the enemy with the highest damage, or is it the enemy with the lowest life? I'm going to go check that out right now while we do this fight. So we do the special here. Let's find Howard the Duck. It's cracking time, boys. All right. Sasquatch drops the stuff. That's good. We'll use the basic over here because she does have trauma heal block, so she won't get the benefits. Oh, I probably should have just attacked Odin because I still would have got... Oh. Yeah, I should have just attacked Odin. We messed up pretty bad here. Well, we also didn't land the defense down there, but we also didn't pull... Okay, now this will be interesting because now we're definitely having to fight through the battlefield effect. Okay. Offense down, trauma. See, this is the thing. Like, it's super cool. Groot can do a decay factor, but if he's going before Hank because of all the speed bar from the barrier, like, it doesn't seem well designed to take out these hybrids. And we lost our immunity. Hank took the immunity off. Okay. Well, it doesn't matter about Howard's kit if this is what's going to happen. This is all I care to test. So it's also on enemy turn. If that character has barrier, attack that enemy. Okay, so it's that Odin took a turn. Howard hit him before Odin got to use a ability to heal up, and that's what happened there. We're losing this fight. We're not just losing this fight. We're getting demolished here. So if you improperly push some, oh my god, this is really bad actually. If your team is too small, you won't kill Odin. If your team is too big, because the Illuminati people have the older stats, you're going to push somebody. Hank's going to taunt that you're not going to be able to target Odin, and then you're going to die to Odin. So is this a counter to Odin Illuminati? Maybe. It really depends. So if your Havoc special pushes whoever's adjacent to Sasquatch, you immediately lose. So do you just do the Havoc basic then? And can that Havoc basic push the Sasquatch off of his taunt? I don't know. If that's the case, Havoc basic Sasquatch, Howard basic Odin, Rocket special Odin, Lilandra special Odin to try and give him the defense down. And then you hope Howard kills him after that, because your Lilandra, if she doesn't rebound perfectly, Odin's going to survive, and she's going to push one of the Illuminati members, and then you're stuck on the taunt. Okay, I mean, am I crazy just to say, like, the Phoenix Force team is so much better than this? I mean, that costs you Mephisto, though. Kind of weird for sure. I did use this team on defense. Let's go check out how they actually fly on the defensive side. I think you're going to be a little surprised. All right, so this was done pre-recorded, and the same rules apply. So I'm using a 105 Crimson Gear team against an enemy Starjammers that is at 6 red stars, but they're also gear tier 18. This is just a limitation of the test server. I can only test what I place, and when I place it, they drop a tier gear. There's also some conversation if they drop T4s. I don't think they drop T4s, but we'll have to come in here and see. So the flow of this is that Howard's going to give them speed bar. We can't put slow on them. Lots of cool stuff. But the Phoenix Force team, in my mind, the same thing they do to Illuminati and to like Mephisto, they're going to do to the Starjammers. So no trauma, no safeguard. Black Knight is going to do the same thing to Starjammers that he does to the Illuminati team. He's going to take the hits. He's going to do amazing damage to them. He puts trauma on them. And their first cleanse comes from Groot, who's pretty slow. Old Man Logan, he doesn't get speed bar until Howard's turn is up. But because Howard has so much speed bar on spawn, he goes pretty quickly, and then Old Man Logan starts getting speed bar. So this is what I thought I'd walk into here with, and to see how this goes, this would be, I mean, yeah, this is a sort of counter you can try against Odin and Illuminati, but you'd probably sub out Old Man Logan for Echo in this case. So this is like a hybrid of really expensive teams. So I'm not trying to say if this wins, then the Starjammer's garbage, because we're using so many tools here. But I'm not saying Starjammers is a super success if this wins. So that's the ultimate from Havoc. Let's pause it right there, because if that was a Crimson Geared Havoc, that's going to have 20% more oomph behind it. If that is a Havoc with diamonds, it's going to have a lot more oomph. So what kind of damage could I expect that to do to my Black Knight is in question, right? And I would suspect that would probably drop him to red. So right away, I think Black Knight could die here to the Howard if these guys were not 6 red stars. Big damage comes in. You see that they are getting absolutely demolished. I don't think Black Knight would ever retaliate against the Rocket there. Because you see, Black Knight is dead by the time it's Lander's turn. But now it's Apocalypse. He's going to flip all their buffs. Remember, they can't get Safeguard because of the Phoenix Force team. We have a perma kill here. I'm eyeing the Groot. I'm like, hey, if I do this, I'm going to get offense up. I'll do lots of damage. Let's go for it. And if not, I'll get an assist. That'll make Old Man Logan purr. But we get the kill here. They're all low. And then Logan's like, okay, well, let me work here. And then Logan's going to come in. So is Logan even necessary for this counter at this level? No. Keep in mind, this is a 7 red star Omega Red. I'm definitely not throwing this team together and saying, okay, this team works, so this enemy team is garbage. That's not what I'm saying. All right, let's go take another look. All right, so here's another team. I wanted to see if I could throw a team that didn't have Phoenix Force. I didn't want to use the 7 red star Omega Red and lean on that too much. So instead I used Lady Deathstrike and Shadow King. Not sure why. I'm not sure there's any sort of real synergy here to work with. I would maybe consider Dormammu instead for a revive. I think that would be pretty interesting here. I don't think there's perma kills on the Starjammer team. You see that here. Black Knight, just like before, he did get to do 3 passes before dropping to the Lilandra. I don't think that's going to be possible normally. Groot's going to do his thing, and now they all have Safeguard. So because the Phoenix Force team didn't work here, they are mightily protected. So that leads me to start thinking about, like, what could I do to maybe change this? Could I bring in Thanos Endgame? Right, essentially. Can I bring in Thanos Endgame so he can decay all the Safeguard off and do a bunch of great stuff there? And then I start looking, I'm like, oh my god, Shadow King did so much damage. We're now going to be able to perma kill the Groot here. Havoc dies there. Ba-boom, gone. And from here, I honestly think Logan would solo this. Not that he's going to have to, but I think that he could with his revive, and then he's going to start getting his ults off and stuff like that. Who do I go for? I go for Howard here. Counterattack hits me. That's even more speed bar. Apocalypse is still not done yet. This Apocalypse is 7 red stars, so he would actually scale really high because most people have diamonds on him too. See, Howard's in trouble. This is going to cleanse us. This is a big heal. Shadow King does huge damage, and that's over, right? So let's go back to in-game. All right, so based on the results from our testing, I really do have to question if this is Illuminati level. And when I say Illuminati level, like, this team is clearly better than Illuminati, right? When I say Illuminati level is, will this team have the same impact Illuminati had when they were released? I think one deviation off. Like, I think the Illuminati team was so much. It was really stupid, honestly. Like, the Illuminati team is the same thing as the Null boss fight. You don't get speed bar, you don't get speed up, you can't put slow, you can't rewind them. Like, it's so stupidly oppressive because I think they really wanted to hype up the first epic character, Captain Britain. And it's dumb. And I hate it. You can't even do a turn, you can't even do a speed stat rewind on them because they threw that in on Captain Britain's kit once yours truly found a counter to them early. Which is why I didn't report the counters that I found this time to them. Because I just figure, like, hey, if a Black Knight, Phoenix Force, Apocalypse team can beat this team if these guys are thrown on defense, that's good, right? Because that still pulls so many pieces away from what people are already using against Odin Illuminati. So if the people decide to throw this team on defense, it still allows for their other defensive teams, if they also have Odin Illuminati, just to get more breathing room. And that alone does increase players' choice for turtling. If they use this on offense, it increases the offensive meta. I think this team is a neutral change to Crucible, but allows for more selection on your playstyle. You're going to go more offensive heavy, or you're going to go super turtly. Where this compresses, I think, is for players that try and hug that middle ground. If you're trying to hug the middle ground where you like have your own Illuminati on defense, but you keep your Mephisto on offense, I think now you're starting to hurt yourself. Because if you do that and you run into somebody who's offensive heavy, you're going to get smoked. And if you do that and you run into somebody who's defensive heavy, you're going to struggle with at least one of their teams, and they're not going to struggle with yours. So it's definitely an interesting addition to Crucible. Is it going to be game breaking? Probably yes. Probably for the first season that they're released, it's going to be pretty game breaking. I'm curious to see what we're going to find as far as hybrids go for this team, because I do think that we also will see hybrids come. I think the speed bar that Howard the Duck gives to this team might have people try to pull Captain Britain off of the Illuminati team and use that against these guys with the sort of team I showed you earlier, like a Black Knight, Apocalypse team, just try and get ahead of this team, decay that, or not decay, but stop them from getting safeguard and just get an easier win that way. I think that's definitely something that we could see happen. I think that we'll probably see Odin come in here over maybe Rocket Raccoon, even though Rocket Raccoon does give 5% damage to Howard the Duck, and he's the one who applies taunt to Groot, and it decreases Groot's revive chance. I think we'll see stuff like that, at least in the first couple weeks. Could be interesting. I also think you should expect a lot of big Starjammers immediately, because this team has been marketed as next to Illuminati. It's definitely closer to that than we've seen from other Crucible teams that have been released since the Illuminati team, or any team since the Illuminati team, in any mode. So there's that, and a lot of people are under the assumption that they might need high stars for Howard the Duck and Havoc for Professor X, because people are under the assumption they need Lilandra at high stars for Professor X, because she is a mandatory character, though it doesn't say star requirement. So a lot of people are saving their cores for Howard the Duck and Havoc. I know I was, and then I caved, and I bought Liberty characters, so I'm only having 4,000 cores heading into this. So I'll leave you with this then. Good luck to everybody who saved your cores for the Starjammers. I wish you infinite success. Lots of 180 shard drops. Enjoy the Starjammer team. I think they are an amazing addition to either your offensive or defensive side, wherever you choose to use them. And I'm very curious to see how this team shapes up hybridized. Because though they lose stuff, they lose their anti-Mephisto passive from Howard, and they lose their anti-speed up on spawn passive from Lilandra. If you take even one single member off, they still have a lot of other stuff to lean into. It's not as bad as when you take off one person for the Immortal team and they're garbage. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. But without further ado, I'll leave you for the day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Starjammers are just okay. No gods of Crucible in any way. Illuminati wasn't fun to okay. Howard the Duck hits like a truck. He's quacking, attacking. BFG snapping. Also hard, he'll have the whole Twitch chat yapping. And after that contraption, tombstones be stacking. Howard the Duck and his victories was flapping. Unless you hit him, then he'd be quitting and quack through like whack through his health pool is Dudo. Starjammers are just okay. No gods are Crucible in any way. Illuminati wasn't fun to play, and so Starjammers are just okay, and that's okay. Havoc looks dumb, but his kid is super fun. Sound waves ripping enemies one by one. He's the X Factor, not on X Factor. Crushing players' dreams like, why isn't he his dad, bro? It may be a long shot, but Havoc shatters stars, cause he is the all-star. Starjammers are just okay. No gods are Crucible in any way. Illuminati wasn't fun to play, and so Starjammers are just okay, and that's okay. Lilandra the goat, at least that's what her helmet maker made such a joke. Scopely going broke, giving her away to all the poor folk. But here's reason, he kid last the season. Her damage might as well be sneezing in a hurricane. The rest of her team makes her look lame. Starjammers are just okay. No gods are Crucible in any way. Illuminati wasn't fun to play, and so Starjammers are just okay, and that's okay. A rocket brings the boom, no literally. If the trash panda comes to your vicinity, the only remedy is to hightail before you are hit senselessly. However, he's not super clever. One anti-safeguard and you'll have a raccoon sweater. Starjammers are just okay. No gods of Crucible in any way. Illuminati wasn't fun to play, and so Starjammers are just okay, and that's okay.